Hey, my friends, how are you? Welcome back to A Sexy Confident Life. I hope you've been well. And, today I'm talking about the 3 fitness programs to avoid when getting started on your fitness journey. So, this is for my newbies, this is for my beginners. This is also for those of you out there that listen and watch, but aren't doing because you're just not sure either what to do or you might be intimidated by what is out there for you. I've been talking about this topic for some time now, and I've always wanted to create that beginner program because there's a lot of fitness out there for the fit to get fitter, but there's not a lot of fitness out there for somebody who is brand new to fitness or has been out of the game for a while and is ready to start their journey. But most things are very intimidating. They're very difficult and challenging. And I get the fear that most people have around getting started. It's so scary because you don't want to get hurt, right? And you're thinking, is this going to be what gets me the results that I want? Because if I invest all this time and energy into getting into my fitness routine, is it going to yield the results that I need and that I want in my life? You might also be thinking, you know what? I don't want to be sore all the time. I just want to feel good and energized, and I'm tired enough as it is, right? So I wanted to discuss this with you guys today because maybe you have a friend that has been telling you forever, there's nothing out there for me. It's too late for me. I'm just too unfit to get fit, right? I've heard it all. Or maybe that's you. Maybe you're the one with the fears, or maybe it's a friend of yours. But I'm going to equip you today with some ideas and some ways of thinking about fitness when getting started so that you feel more confident and you feel less afraid of going into this direction of getting your body into the best health of your life. That's what I really want for you. I want you to feel like, okay, I can get started and I can actually feel my best one day. Hell yeah, you can. But, it's not easy. And I'm not going to lie to you, right? I'm sitting here in my office and I was writing up my notes for this podcast, and I'm like, man, you know what? No matter what, it is always going to be challenging to get started. I can't sugarcoat that, but I can help armor you with the courage and confidence to do it, with knowledge and with confidence in yourself, belief in yourself. So I want to give you a little background because, when I talk about fitness and health, it comes from a long, long background of being in fitness and founding my education in exercise physiology. I thought that one day I would be a cardiologist or I would be an exercise physiologist. I've worked in exercise physiology in Children's Hospital doing stress testing for kids with congenital heart and lung disease. I worked in cardiac rehabs. I did that during my internships in college and in grad school. And I remember really feeling good about really understanding the body so that I could truly help people that were sick, people that were, that had a degenerative disease like MS or Parkinson's. I knew how to help move their body and understand their musculature so that I could, not hurt them in the process. I was a physical therapy aide for a while. And when I graduated from school, I had all of this amazing knowledge about the body, and I wanted to use that to really help people. But the hospital wasn't where I wanted to spend my life. And I think we all have that choice, It's like we go to school, we get an education, and then we say, how do I want to use my education? And I looked at it as like, what is the life I want to live? And combine that with the education that I had. And so at the time, I wanted to help people avoid sickness and health. You might have heard me say this before, but I was so beyond qualified, right, to work with people that were not sick. I was qualified to work with people that were sick. But really, I was passionate about being outside the hospital, being with people that wanted to just change their health early so that they weren't in cardiac rehab, right? So that they weren't getting stress tests because they had a heart attack, because they didn't have a degenerative disease already. And a lot of that can't be preventable. But I realized that 80%, well, there's still about 70% of America that's overweight and obese. And that, my friends, is preventable. Obesity is preventable. And it's also treatable. And it's treatable beyond just pills and medication and fad diets and tummy tucks and all of that, which, you know what? It helps people with their symptoms, and it helps them with the condition they're dealing with. There's no hate, there's no judgment there. But for the people that want to take it to the level of, I'm going to change my behaviors, I'm going to change my lifestyle, I'm going to get healthy, I'm going to actually choose to do what's good for my body so that I can live longer, I can live better, I can live with more energy and stamina, I can travel, I can hike, I can play with my kids. My kids won't be taking care of me because I'm in a wheelchair, because my legs are no longer functioning because my diabetes have taken over my body. Stuff like that is happening every day. You might not have that condition, but you might know someone that does. You might see them on TV. You might see the pharmaceutical ads on television marketing to this audience. And I want you to stop and think right now. Is the way you're living leading to a disease, a condition that you could prevent? I don't know all the different reasons that, people are getting cancer, or people are dying of heart attacks, or people are getting degenerative diseases. I don't know why, right? And many researchers are out there discovering these things every day. There's one thing I do know, is that if you try to live a healthy lifestyle, you're going to have a better chance at avoiding being a statistic. You will. Just bottom line, people that are living a healthier life are living a better life. And they're actually contributing to healthcare in a positive way. I know that for me, I go to the hospital, or I go to see my doctor once a year, and I don't get medications prescribed to me. I don't have sleep medication. I don't have I don't have medications for anything, okay? No judgment on people that have medications. All I'm saying is, ask yourself in your life, am I living my healthiest life? Am I fueling myself right? Am I exercising regularly? Am I moving my body? Am I getting sleep? Am I drinking water? All these things, right? And so it comes back to, if not, it's time to start. And this is about fitness. This podcast is about fitness. This is about getting your body moving again. I'm not going to go into all the other things. I've done podcasts on all the different healthy habits, right, that we could have. But today's about fitness. It's about getting started on your fitness journey, my friend. Because it's time. To live your healthiest life, you got to move your body. You got to be strong. It is a myth, and it is false. People say that exercising makes them tired, right? That's not true, right? And I'm going to kind of tell you why. If you're choosing the right ways to get started and sustain your fitness and your health, it's going to energize you. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to increase your stamina on a daily basis. Okay? And I'm coming at this as an exercise physiologist, and I have 19 years of experience as a personal trainer. I feel really old saying that. I'm like, wait a minute, have I really been a fitness expert for 19 years? Yes, that's after 6 years of studying exercise physiology, and then practicing and working with people, giving them programs, designing custom programs, and really learning even more about training and conditioning the body. And so when it comes time for someone to start their fitness journey, this is a very delicate time. not only mentally and emotionally, but physically. You are vulnerable to a lot of things when you're just getting started. And so you've got to really consider that when you're getting started and not just say like, okay, I'm just gonna choose something out of the women, I'm just gonna go with it, I'm going all in, and it's like cold turkey, going from no exercise to all exercise, and I'm just ready to crush it and gotta change my life. Isn't that what you hear? People go from 0 to 100 in a week when they're getting started. And that is scary. It is. And so today I'm talking about the 3 fitness programs to avoid when you get started. And I'm not even going to go into like what to do, how to do it, when to do it just yet. I'll talk to you about that in the end. But I want you to think about these 3 things and these 3 types of fitness programs to avoid if you are ready to change your life. If you are ready to get started and get moving, then it's your time. But I want you to avoid, number 1, high impact type programs when getting started. That's like the jumping, the plyos, the high impact, high intensity. That's even running, right? High impact are the jumping, the plyos, the burpees, the high intensity HIIT training type workouts. I want you to avoid those because number 1, your muscles are gonna be in shock, right? As soon as you start exercising, your muscles are like waking up, but they're not already a tense, strong, toned muscle ready to absorb shock. You have to think about it like shocks on a car, right? So if you have an older car, right? You ever like driven in an older car where the shocks are just they don't even exist really? You're like every bump you feel it on the road. That's what your body is like when it's getting into fitness, when it's just getting started. The muscles aren't ready to absorb the shock of high impact, right? So high impact is gonna just be like poof, on your joints. It's gonna be like that boom, boom, that jarring on your joints. And your joints, my friend, are something you really wanna take care of early on in this phase of getting started on your fitness journey. You want to take care of your joints. You don't want to be like high impact, lots of pressure, lots of impact. Here you want to think about low impact, and you can give yourself good cardio, good strength training with low impact exercises. You don't have to go jumping all over the place or running all over the place to start losing weight. Okay? As a beginner, you actually have an advantage because when you just start fitness, that's where you have the largest room for growth. It's where you're going to see the results fastest on your fitness journey. But if you go right into high impact type of programming, you are going to destroy your joints. They're going to scream at you. You're going to start feeling like, just achy, and you're going to feel cranky. All that stuff is going to happen. And you're going to be in pain, right? Not only that, but your muscles are going to be so sore. I'm talking like so sore that you're the Tin Man walking around your house. The Tin Man, like, I can't sit on the toilet. Ow, 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 ow. I can't walk down these stairs. Ow, 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 ow. That's because you just jacked your muscles into a way that they're just like in shock. Extra lactic acid has been produced. It is like immovable, and you're not going to want to work out for a week. That's why I want you to avoid high impact plyo type programming when you start a fitness program. Deal? The second type of program I want you to avoid when you just get started. I'm talking about you're getting started. It's your first week. It's week 1 and you're just starting to move into your first program. Avoid heavy lifting style programs, right? Heavy lifting. I'm talking like do not go to CrossFit. I'm sorry, CrossFitters, but you know that somebody who's brand new to fitness shouldn't start their first week in CrossFit doing the workout of the day, right? So think about other ways of easing into it. Go lighter on the weights. Do the move without weight. Right? You don't want to think about, okay, I'm going to the gym with my buddy or my girlfriend who's been strength training for the last 4 months and she's feeling so great. She's going to show me her routine. You go in there, you jump on some machines and you're lifting, you're getting some weights, you're getting some resistance. She's throwing you this and that, and you're trying to do some pull-ups and all that. Ha! I just want to tell you, that's not a good way to start. Going heavy, going hard is going to make you go home. They say like go hard or go home. Well, you go hard, you will go home. And you probably won't come back out for a while, right? And so the reason that I want you to avoid that is because number one, when you start going heavy really quick, you haven't yet developed joint integrity to support heavy lifting moves yet. So your body, think about this. Think about around your joints, you have smaller muscle groups, right? That support around that joint. Then you've got bigger muscle groups, right? The further you go away from the joint. But, they're all kind of attached. I don't want to go into detail. But think about it. You got to have strong joint integrity, which means strong musculature and a strong tendon and muscle connection there that feels ready for heavy. Okay, but if you don't start with some joint integrity moves, or if you don't start with some lighter weights or some core moves, or just certain style exercises that get your joints ready and get you strong and stable from the core out, if your abs are weak and you're starting to do like a deadlift, you're gonna throw out your back. If you're doing heavy lifting chest press and you can't even do a push-up, you're gonna strain your shoulder. If you're, trying to, what's another one? Oh, if you've got leg press and you're like, yeah, I'm going heavy on my leg press, but you can't even do a good form squat because you don't have the mobility in your ankles and in your hip flexors, then you're gonna strain your hips, your knees, your low back. So you want to avoid heavy in the beginning, okay? Get it? Like avoid heavy, go lighter, go body weight even, and work on form and mobility so that you have strong joint integrity, so that you have strong core, and you have mobility so that when you start lifting heavier, you're not gonna get hurt. You're not gonna blow out your joints, you're not gonna get tendinitis, because as soon as you go heavy and you don't have joint integrity, that's when your tendons get inflamed and they start becoming painful. And that's why you're gonna get like a little bit of tendinitis in your shoulders or in your elbows or wherever, in your knees, and you're gonna start to feel pain and you're not gonna like it. And again, you're gonna be sore for a week and you're gonna wanna quit. So those are two to avoid. The third one that I wanna talk about is single modality style programs are best to avoid in the beginning. And the reason I say this is because in the beginning of your fitness journey, your body needs variety. It needs variety not only in modality, which means don't just run. Don't just walk. Don't just bike. Don't just hike. Those are single modalities, so it's something you do every day and you don't change it up. Because here's the thing, your body, when it gets started, it needs variety. And if you're doing one modality, I think the only exception is swimming. I would say that swimming is probably totally fine as a single modality program if you're just getting started, because you're light, right? You're in water, so you're in buoyancy, and so you're not straining and putting a lot of pressure on your joints and your limbs, and there's also a lot of mobility happening, great cardiovascular strength. So yeah, swimming is acceptable. But the other ones are gonna need a variety of things. You're gonna need to stretch. So if you eliminate stretching or stretching type workouts, mobility type workouts, then you're gonna start to get overuse injuries. You're gonna start to get chronic tightness in your body. And you're not going to challenge yourself at different intensities so that you're gonna hit a plateau. And you're gonna be like, why am I stuck? Why am I here? I started biking and I really love it. I go out every day and I'm biking. And I'm like, are you stretching? right? Because that's important. Otherwise, you're going to start to feel it in your low back. You're not going to have been strengthening your core and your abs. You're not have open up your hip flexors. And lots of things can start happening to someone who is only biking and they're not doing all these other things to open up their body, to stretch, to increase core strength, to increase the strength in their upper back and muscles that are going to, also need the work versus just the pedaling, right? So your body starts to get all these imbalances and it can get some overuse injuries. Same thing when you're just hiking or same thing when you're just walking or running. You've got to incorporate the variety of different things to keep your body feeling healthy and not overusing the same muscles without working on the balance, without working on the mobility and the flexibility and the strength to counteract the primary muscle groups that are used during that primary modality, right? So I want you to think about those things because it's really, really important that if you decide, okay, I'm gonna get started, I'm ready to go, it's go time, baby, let's do this. I want you to say, okay, am I doing only one thing? Is this a single modality program, right? And most exercise programs out there are adding variety. You're doing different exercises, you're working the whole body, you're stretching and you're getting that recovery in. That's great. Is it high impact? Are you jumping around the whole time? Are you doing too much high impact where your muscles are gonna get like shocked and your joints are gonna get destroyed? Or is it heavy lifting? Are you lifting really heavy in the beginning where you haven't done enough of the other joint integrity and strengthening and balancing moves and mobility moves that get your body prepped and ready, right? Okay, those are the 3 types of programs I really highly recommend that you avoid in the beginning. Now, as you get going and as you get working your way through your program, your first program, you're gonna be like, yes, I'm ready for this other stuff. I'm ready for more intense. I'm ready for single modality. But I guarantee you're gonna be so glad you started by building a strong foundation of your body. Now, this is why I created my 21 days to kickstart your fitness, because it's a program that I designed that is going to build that joint integrity, to build that core, that mobility, that flexibility, that strength, and that conditioning of your body so that you can be ready for anything. But when you get started, you've got to build a foundation of strength and conditioning of your entire body in a safe, effective manner. It's so important. And that's why for the past 7 years since I talked to Beachbody about this program, I've been wanting to create this beginner program because so often I see so many people get started in the wrong way that they give up. And then they feel like everything is too hard. Everything makes them too sore. Everything is painful. Everything takes too long. They're not seeing progress because a lot of times it's like, well, I've been walking every day. I'm like, well, have you been doing anything but that, right? Like it's a great start, but you've got to also incorporate other elements to keep progressing. The variety of intensities is invaluable because our body is just incredible. It adapts so quickly, but it also needs recovery. So if you think about your body as this highly adaptable machine, right? Where, you put it to work and it does the work, but then afterwards it needs help to recover, to restore itself so that it can be ready for the next thing. And as it's recovering and restoring, it's getting stronger. But if the next workout is just as hard, is just as intense, the body's like, boom, I'm back into this shock survival mode. I gotta work hard. And then it's gotta recover. So the important thing is that number one, you give your body the right recovery, right? And you change the intensities of your workouts so that every workout is not as hard as the one before it. You go in a wave. You gotta work in waves, baby. Because when you do that, your body gets enough time to recover and then it's ready to crush it the next time. That is so important. And then the last thing is You want to make sure that you pick a program you can do consistently. That's why I built this program the way it is, because I want you to have something you can do consistently, because that creates momentum. That's what creates the results. That's what creates the reward that you've been looking for. Because when you start a fitness program, you want that reward. You want to feel like you're building momentum and that you're gaining strength and you're gaining that ability to stay consistent. It's hard when you're feeling beat up every day. It's hard when you feel like you haven't really gotten any recovery. It's hard when your body is stiff as ever. It's hard when you feel like I'm gonna never be able to like sit on the toilet without screaming first, right? So I want you to be successful in gaining that momentum and consistency. And that's why this program is designed to have a variety of different workouts with different intensities and allowing your body to have recovery techniques that make you feel incredible for the next workout. So today, I wanted to share with you education on what to avoid and then what is necessary when you're getting started. And that is, if you've got those two and you're feeling good, you're absolutely going to crush it. I mean, you're actually going to feel good during your program. You're going to feel like proud of yourself. You're going to feel like maybe this is too easy. Is getting fit this easy? I want you to feel like that. I want you to feel like, wow, changing my lifestyle and starting a fitness program that is going to make me feel healthy and help me avoid disease and not be a statistic and be a positive impact on healthcare system. Wow, I never knew it could be this easy. And you're only going to continue getting stronger and advancing the amount of weight that you can hold, the types of exercises that you can do. The confidence is going to grow. And you, my friend, are going to become a new person. That's what I want for you. That's why I created 21 Days to Kickstart Your Fitness. That is why I'm shooting a podcast on why so many people are failing in the beginning, because they're attempting it in the wrong way. Now, you've got the advice from an expert, fitness expert, exercise physiologist, and I want you to then choose a path that is right for you. Maybe it's not my program, but make sure it's not a high impact program, a heavy lifting program, or a single modality program, and I guarantee you'll be successful. Is it a deal? I hope you guys will get started. Down below this video, you guys can check out my link to get through and onto my webinar, or if we've already launched our 21 Days to Kickstart Your Fitness, the link is going to be in the description below this video as well. I hope you will join, you guys, because I want you to be successful and I want you to start living your healthiest life. I'll see you soon.